Hey guys, this is YDYT, and I would like to welcome you to LotRO Online. Now, this isn't a game I have played recently, but I used to play it all the time because used to be my favourite game, and it's a really great game. I'd really recommend checking it out. It's very enjoyable. So I guess let's just hop right on into this. So,
thank goodness you're awake. That fellow on deer seems very ill.
This game is, it's similar to World of Warcraft. It's
Do not
an MMO,
trouble yourself on my account.
I feel
It is
much more
only a
enjoyable.
shield.
The
There are
game
too
came out
many
in
deeds to be done,
2007,
all pressing,
and
none of them easy.
It became free to play.
Perhaps
in
you can help, my
2010,
friend.
I believe.
Captain Brackenbrook will not heed my warnings.
So, basically, this is sort of like the introduction sort of thing.
Rangers one bit.
I'm playing as a lore master.
This is intolerable.
Lore master, because it's probably the class I've played the least. I haven't reached max level on it. I think the highest I reached was level 57. So the later stuff in it's going to be
What can I do
pretty
for you?
new to me. So I'm planning on making this a weekly thing. If you enjoy it, please do tell me if
What
you
can I
have
do for you?
any requests for stuff to do in it, then please do tell me that also. So basically I have played this game quite a lot, so I know the basics pretty well.
Alas for
probably
peaceful
my
folk
second
everywhere.
or third most
It is an
played.
enormous task to convince them that evil beings with evil intentions who commit
the reason
evil
I'm
deeds.
not reading the quest is
Before
because
you
I've
try to
done them
fight,
all a
you
lot
must
of
learn
times,
what skills
so
you may from the
I
trainer.
know them pretty well. But if you guys would like me to stop a bit whenever I'm doing a quest, so you can
Will you
read
give
all of
me
it,
a moment of your
then,
time, friend?
then I will, if that's what you want. Okay, so we need to get a new skill.
Greetings, friend.
I've already got it. So I need to summon a bear companion. So that's my equals. So we're going to summon a bear. And here is our lovely bear. I'm on Landraval, I believe, is the server I'm on.
Greetings,
and
friend.
my character's name is Iarothleg. So if you see me on, then don't worry about saying hi. I'm going to get this guy to follow me. Where is follow? I think this one's just follow, no guard mode. Follow. Great, he's following me now. So, basically, it's just like most of your normal MMOs. But I feel it's slightly more enjoyable than most of those because
Do you feel confident in what you have
it's not the
learned?
same as most of them. because
Dear, my poor
it's more
old
interesting
friend.
in a lot
shadow
of ways,
has
and the
crept
story
over
is
him.
much better, especially if you're
I
a
don't
fan
like
of the
the
Lord
look
of the
of those
Rings,
Rangers
as
one
it's
bit.
very lore accurate. So if any of you are playing on here and you'd like to play with me a bit, then please do add me as a friend, message me if you see me on. Go ahead, or message me on something. All my links are in the description. And say, hey, can we play it? And I'll almost definitely say yes.
If it isn't the rumor
So we have to kill a bunch of these wolves. So I've ordered my skills a bit. So these two are my largest range. This is my next, and then this is my lowest range one, and then this one's melee, because I want to use my large range spells before I use my short range spells, obviously, because otherwise I'm going to die. Okay, so there we go. And now we have some pending loot. For now, I'm actually going to set my loot to be automatically picked up, which is in... No, I think it might be UI settings, actually. Is it? All is loot, all except. So, as my bag's completely empty, I'm going to have it so I automatically pick up stuff. But as my bag gets less empty, I will probably stop doing that, because I will need the space. So I'm casting most of my spells with my keyboard because I feel that's far more efficient than clicking on them, but you can click on them also, which I'll show you right here on my one. Oh, never mind. I'll show you on this one then. My 4's on cooldown, so I'll click on my 3. So then we'll use our 1. And we have now leveled up. And so it's just explaining some of the basics there. If you want to stop and read it, please do. But you will, if you play the game, you'll get all those notifications anyway. Basically, with my bag, I've combined it all into one bag because I feel that's easier that way. And all of this stuff is like gifts from playing that you get on every single new character, which once we get out of the tutorial area, I'm probably going to just store all of them, and probably I might use them as cosmetics, but I'm not going to use them properly. So we're going to pick up this King's Foil plant. Head up here, pick up this King's Foil plant. So the majority of these quests currently, I know what's going to happen, but later on in the game, normally most people don't go to Ferrot Shell, but I'm probably going to go there once I've reached that sort of level area, because I haven't really done it, and I feel that'll be more interesting than, for me in particular, than doing the stuff that everybody does. Because obviously I know the others very, very well, so. My chat is over here, by the way, and it's just the world chat currently, where people are trading stuff and whatnot. Well, that was surprisingly easy. That was supposed to be the first sort of boss guy in the game, and I one-shot him. That was very surprising. Looks like my bear did good. It probably hit him instantly, so it did a lot of damage there. I need to get accustomed to what all of these do, and if possible I need to try and bind hotkeys to them, because it's not great clicking them. Later in the game there's a lot of raids and stuff, but very early on there's not. I don't know if I'm going to make it that far in this series. I'm probably going to try to, but obviously there's a point where it doesn't really become all that interesting anymore. Also, I'm recording this with OBS instead of DxTory, because DxTory wasn't working with LotRO. So if the quality's different, that's why. If it's still alright, then please do tell me if it's good. If it isn't, then tell me that also, because I'd like to know. I think it should be fine. It's going to be recording in a much higher quality, but it's going to be uploaded at the same quality because I'm going to edit it. I need to go this way, don't I, to turn in the quest rather than back into the town. Normally, I actually, in recent times, have been trying to do Men and Hobbits because their tutorial is far. I've done both tutorials. The Elves and Dwarves have a tutorial, and the Men and Hobbits have a tutorial.
A weakling like you defeated
but
the wolf
I feel
master?
that this one is better because you have to go into less buildings, so you save time on the loading screens. So at this point I very rarely play Elves and Dwarves, just because the quests, I know all these quests very, very well, and I know exactly where to go at what time and everything. So this town is Archard. It's reasonably near Bree, which is here. We are up here in Archard. If you read the books, it's mentioned a couple of times in there during the Fellowship of the Ring, when they're going to Bree.
is a traitor. Danger has found you earlier than I predicted.
These quests.
I cannot decide
we're
which
almost
is more
level
dangerous
4,
right now.
which
Calder
normally
Cobb's
means we'll get a
treachery,
new
or
spell.
the ignorance of Captain
These
Brackenbrook.
green things heal my morale, which is my health, and the blue ones heal my, I think it's mana, what is it? Power, morale and power are the ones. The power ones are, these power salves are rarely used, unless you're playing a hero, not a hero, a character similar to the Lawmaster, because you're a very spellcaster who uses a lot of power, whereas, for example,
How can you say this?
For example, others like hunters very rarely run out of power. I think on my hunter, the first time I ran out of power was at level 57, which was very late into the game,
night.
or not very.
Hey,
I believe
you
the max
there.
level is currently
I'm
100,
hungry.
so that's just a relation sort of thing. Obviously, I'm leveling up very fast at my current level, and later on I will level much, much slower, obviously. I'm doing all the optional quests because they mean I'll level up quicker, which means it's easier once I get out of the tutorial. This episode's probably going to be longer than the other episodes that'll happen, purely because of the fact that, basically, I don't want to spend 2 episodes in the tutorial area because, for people who know the game, it's by far the most boring part of the game. Whereas for people who don't know the game, it'll be reasonably interesting. But I don't want to bore people by spending ages in it. And we have a new spell, which transforms... Okay, so this is a healing spell. So I'm going to put it on this bar here. So this bar's my melee, this one's my castables, here are my animals, and here are my heals. For now, I'm not going to be really using these too much. Can I cast this heal on myself? I cannot use it on myself. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so we need to kill 4 boars. There's a spy here, we'll just kill him. That was surprisingly easy. Recently, or not really recently, a couple of patches ago, like a year or 2 ago, they changed the way looting works. You used to have to go up to everything you kill and right click on it to pick it up, and I think the new system is far, far better than that. Purely because of the fact that you no longer have to go and collect stuff, especially if you're in a fight. You very often forget to collect stuff. We need 2 more boars. There's a spy there, so we'll just kill him. I will let the bear finish him. So I've taken a little bit of damage, but obviously I will regenerate that over time, as you can see. Or if I'm in a fight, I can kill myself, which will regenerate me instantly, which is good. We need 1 more boar. There's a spy there. Oh, there we go, we're in range now. From my limited experiences with with lore masters, they're a very interesting class, quite different to the others, because you have a pet. It's sort of like the hunter in World of Warcraft, but obviously more spell-based and less bow-based. Or it might be called the archer in World of Warcraft, I don't know. It's called the hunter, the archer class in the Lord of the Rings Online. So...
a stranger,
it doesn't have any.
You're the best thing that's happened to us all day.
Things to
Our best hope is to get help from Cone, our neighbours.
Or whatever.
They will not let our chat fall to break it.
So now we have to go and find these bodies, which we'll find up here, and we're also going to find some bilberries up here. And I believe these quests will give us rings, which will increase our stats very slightly. Not very considerably, though. I'm just going to kill a couple of these on our way. One thing I don't like about these spells is I cannot cast them while moving, which annoys me a little bit. Normally I quite like spells you can cast while moving and just take stuff out while you're walking around. You may be able to cast some of the spells while moving. If you can, and you know, please do tell me down below. We need to collect bilberries, and we need to have a look at Bill Hayspear, who is dead. Sadly, poor Bill. If you do a full new player tutorial, it explains the controls very easily, but considering that this doesn't do that full tutorial, or I chose not to because it's very, very boring and it's very, very simplistic. But every now and then I will actually do it if I want to get a good level, because you do get 2 levels, I believe, from just doing it, which is nice, so you level up a bit quicker. but not too considerably. And we now need to find Walt Wheatley, who is just up here. We're going to find a brigand in front of us there. Okay, that fight we took much more damage than we had in all the previous ones, but we still didn't take all that much damage. Very often I'm actually just playing with the mouse, because if you hold right and left click, you will move forwards, and then I can strafe the camera with middle mouse wheel, and on my mouse I have a bunch of buttons on the side which I've binded to all of my hotkeys, so I can play solely on the mouse, but quite often I don't, because quite often I will, but sometimes I don't if I'm in a proper fight, because I need to hit the hotkeys for other things. For example, I need to hit the hotkeys for that spell, which I need to hold control with. There we go. We're getting close to our level 5, which is nice. I've actually seen some people just grinding these tutorial areas, so when they get out of the tutorial they're level 10 or something, which I think is completely and utterly impractical, because you're not going to get anywhere, because once you get out of the tutorial the quests are designed for, I believe, level 6, which means you're not going to get very much XP for them, and you're going to actually end up leveling the same amount and have wasted more of your time. So I do think that's a bad idea. Currently in here there's nobody in that situation. But I have seen, I think I saw level 12 once. We're going to want a staff because we cannot use anything else. There we go, we got a new staff, which is great. We need to go over here and have a look at comb. So I'm just holding left and right click right now to move. I can also hold W. Comb is just here on the map. To zoom out on the map I'm holding right click, and zoom in I'm clicking left click on the pluses there, as you can see. The whole map looks like this. We have got Gondor, Rohan. I believe you need to go into Rovania, and you can't zoom in on Rohan there. We've got Moria, which was the patch in which it became free to play, and we've got Eriador here. We're currently in the Bree Lands in Archet. So we're going to go over to Combe, and then all of a sudden the brigands have blocked the exit, so we can't get out. So that's not good. There we go. That quest is done, because for some reason they're just going to stand there and not really care about what we're doing, coming and looking at them. Surprisingly, considering if we walk near one of them they attack us, but if we walk near their blockade they just sort of let us stand there. Obviously the townsfolk couldn't really fight against that, and they can't get help from any of the neighbouring towns. They don't have a fighting force here in Archet, because it's in its own sort of valley, as you can see, and it's not a very good strategic position or anything.
I must write to Brackenbrook at once.
Blackwolves, who are sort of brigands, normally they seem like they're very unorganized and everything, and they're just sort of doing bad things for the sake of doing bad things, but all of a sudden they're now very organized and everything, and that is because they have received help from well, I'm not going to say from whom, but you will find out soon enough if you watch the videos. I just opened this letter here in case you guys want to read it, in case you're interested. Now, there we go. I'm ignoring the wolves and stuff because they aren't going to aggro me, whereas those guys will aggro me if I walk past them, so I have no choice but to take them out. Turning in this quest will get me my level 5. I don't know if level 5 gives me a new skill though, but we will find out pretty soon. I'm going to be doing this reasonably slowly. I'm not going to be grinding out levels as quickly as I normally would, mainly for the fact that it'll be more interesting, but I'm not going to be doing it at the sort of level of a new player where it is very, very slow. My first character, I think I was on like 40 hours before I reached level 20, and I can now do it in about I think my record for level 17 was 3 hours, which was very, very surprising, and it's because I decided I'd do a different quest
Gives
line
me
to
something
the
to
one that I
munch on
normally
for a
would,
bit, at
and it was
least.
very, very worthwhile.
Lovely. This is sure to cheer on to your
just
writing.
turning in all 3 quests right there. So we got
have I
some
done?
trousers, which
You
as you can
cannot
see look
fathom
quite nice
just
on
how
me.
wrong I have
And we
been.
need to equip our copper band, which increases our vitality by a little bit. Those are different kinds of stats. We're going to accept this new quest. These mushrooms will add agility when we eat them. One thing I found that I'm not very good at in this game is using
This tea will help on dear
consumables
feel
at the right
better.
time,
I
which is
just
something
know
I
it.
need to work on. But I'll
Do not
figure that
despair.
out.
You have done
We're going
well.
to continue that. We're going to
I
continue
thank
that.
you, but
And we're
I
now
have
going to
not
run
the
back
stomach to
over
drink
here
this now.
and turn that in.
Did
And
my
now we
tea
have
perk him
another
up?
ring.
I knew
This
it
one gives me
would.
some might. So there we go. That's 2 turned in. And we have got a new title. Reach level 5 without being defeated. I'm going to make that active. I'm going to try and get the level 21 where it's something you reach level 20 without dying. And you get a cool title. Obviously, most people have it, but use more fancy titles. Is T the title? I've forgotten how to get titles again. I believe it's characters and then titles. Yeah, that's the one. I actually have a couple of these 3 here, which are for pre-ordering some of the old expansion packs, but the majority of players have them, so there's no point in really doing them. It's not really like, oh, I'm so cool, I have these, you don't, but everyone has them, so, or everyone who pre-ordered those, which is the majority of players. Once we get out of this tutorial, I have quite a lot of turbine points, which are used to buy stuff from the in-game store, and you can get them with real money or you can grind them in-game. I normally just grind them, but I'm going to be buying a thing that allows me to ride a mount before level 20, because it does considerably speed up the game and make it more interesting. And I believe I should already have a mount in one of these chests. I think it's this one. I cannot guarantee that though, so we'll just head up here and right on in here. Luckily I have quite a good computer, but I know from experience that with a bad computer that some of the loading screens
I presume you're here to bring me ill news from
long.
town. Calder Carl has shown his true colours at last.
And we're going to head right back out here. There will be a quest here later on, which I'm not going to do because it literally takes 30 minutes and it's just watching stuff. If you are interested in that, then you just create a new character quickly, hop on, do that, grind to where I'm at, and you'll see the quest a little bit in there. But yeah, we're currently going to go and defeat some brigands, so we're going to go over this way. We're going to swim across the water because it's a bit of a shortcut. So obviously you can swim in this game. Oh, we got caught on a rock. That's unpleasant. I was thinking I'm lagging there, but it turns out I wasn't. So you can swim in the game. You can't go underwater or anything. But the graphics are actually very good quality for an MMO. Especially one from 2007, considering the graphics I don't think have really changed that much since then. So we're just going to head right on over here. As you can see, we need to be in this red area to find brigands. Sometimes the areas aren't all that detailed. Okay, here we go. So we need to kill 4 of these guys. And we need to get inside, so we're going to kill this one. Then we're going to kill this one, and then there's one by the door. We're going to kill this one then. Actually, there might be 2 by the door if we get aggroed by one, which I'm hoping I won't get aggroed by. Just that guy over there. I believe there might actually be another one up here. I know there's one here. So we will aggro this guy. There we go. We need to head right on in here. There will be a guy here. We will kill him. There we go. His wolf probably won't aggro us. That is a level 2 beast, so I imagine that it wouldn't be too difficult. We're hoping not to get aggroed by that guy, and we're hoping to grab these plants. This is actually, if you were interested in grinding to level 10 in this tutorial area, this is probably the best place to do it, because these guys give you the most XP, but I don't think you could do it before about level 4-ish, because you will get absolutely wrecked. And it's also quite difficult on character like a Lore Master, because he is very, very squishy. I have 210 health, which means that I will get wrecked very fast. Luckily, my bear will do his best to help. I'm just keeping my bear on passive mode, I think, because it'll then enter combat. Oh, that's unless I command it to. I will put it on that one, because that means he will target. Yes, I want it on those two. Okay, perfect. And he has a spell here. I'd like to set a hotkey to that, but I'm not actually sure how to set hotkeys to these. I think I'm actually going to move that little thing. To do that, I just clicked Control and hashtag to move these. I'm going to put it right above my other skills right there, because I feel that's an easier place, because my mouse is normally going to be in reasonably the center of the screen, not down in the bottom left corner. So we're going to head on here, and we're going to turn this quest right on.
Good work, my friend.
We want this, and what's well-worn equipment? I cannot use medium armor, so
I believe there is hope for us yet. We only need a
We're
strategy.
looking pretty good now. How will I look at these robes? Looks pretty nice, not too shabby. Except... here's this quest that takes absolutely ages, which is just cutscenes. I'm not going to do it, but it is quite interesting if you're a new player. I would recommend it. I don't think it gives that much XP either, though, so unless you're interested, don't do it. Also, if you've never played on a server, there'll be an extra quest which will give you 10 free turbine points to teach you how to use the store, and then you have to spend those. Oh, I didn't talk to him. Whoops. I need to talk to him and then I come down here. You have to spend those in the store, but what you can do is just accept the quest, get the turbine points, and then don't do the rest of it and just get 10 free turbine points. Obviously, it's not great because you have to create a character and grind to that place each time on a different server, because you can only do it once per server.
Traveler!
So I wouldn't really recommend it as a way to grind points, but yeah. This game, each time you click on someone, they normally have like a line like woe be me or greetings traveler there, for example, but the majority of the time those don't really affect too much. So we're just gonna head right down here. So we're gonna need to kill 4 of these, which we're gonna kill on the way back. So we're just going to head right on down here, and we're going to come to the end, and we're going to click on this guy here, and he's going to do that, and then we're going to go that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. And sadly my bear did just die, and we got a new spell, so let's just read this. Okay, so this slows the enemy's attack speed and reduces their chance of parrying attacks. Sadly our bear died there, so we'll just resummon that. Specialization needed. We're not going to do this yet. I'm going to save that. We will test out this sign of power on the sky. Whoops, that's 4, not 5. We're going to hit 5 there. So that's more of a tactical sort of thing. So I think I'm going to put that up there, because the others are all damage-based spells. I'm going to grind all of these while walking back, because they are not too difficult to grind. That one. Lightning that one. That one. Then we'll do that. Do that. I feel that the ranged characters are much more interesting than the melee ones, because they have much more interesting spells, the melee ones, except for maybe the Warden, which can toggle between melee and ranged. I feel that the melee ones are all a bit bland, and have stuff like hit with shield, swing sword, hit harder with shield. Things are reasonably repetitive, but I feel like these are interesting. Like, we've got a lightning bolt coming from the sky. One of the classes that I haven't played too much is the, I believe it's called, oh, what was it again? It was the Rune Keeper, which, if this is successful and I do finish this character,
A dead end will surely work in our favour.
Season 2 of this, I'll probably be on a Rune Keeper, unless there's interest for something different. Okay, I'm actually going to cut here. I'm not actually going to cut, I'm going to keep recording back to back, but this is going to be where we're going to break between episode 1 and episode 2. Episode 2 we're going to do this quest, which is in a different place. So I finished the main bit of the tutorial, so I'll catch you guys next time.